Okay, let's go. Let's start this. We're back to Danganronpa. Danganronpa. Okay, I hope that's good enough for now. Yeah. I want to try and finish the first trial today. I'm not sure if I'll be successful or not, but that is the goal. That is the goal. So first things first, I'm going to go to the settings first real quick. After I load, I guess. All options. Okay. Just want to make sure the background music isn't too loud. Alright, yes, let's continue. Alright, investigation. Begin. Under this very table, Bakura was... First, I should investigate the top of the table. Though the only thing on top of the table that really catches my eye is this desk lamp. It looks like an antique lamp, and it seems rather heavy. The power cord was connected to the outlet, so it would have been useless during the blackout. Other than that, there's nothing else on the table that really stands out to me, so... Now's not the time for me to flinch. I gotta do it. I let out a shout as if to encourage myself and quickly looked beneath the table. Hold on one second. Gotta get something real quick. And then we can really start. Okay. Immediately, I noticed an unexplainable smell of, like, a rusted iron hanging in the air. Enduring the stinging pain in the back of my eyes, I slowly shifted my gaze towards Bakura's body. Bakura Togami, the ultimate affluent prodigy. He was the kind of guy who said a lot of hurtful things, but he tried his best to lead everyone. Why? Why did he have to end up like this? The only thing I can do right now, for Bakura's sake, is to uncover the truth behind his death. A bloody knife. Is this the weapon that killed Bakura? Hold on. How did the killer bring this knife to the dining hall in the first place? Bakura thoroughly pat down everyone and thoroughly inspected every corner of this building. And all the confiscated dangerous items were supposed to be placed in the beryllium case. It's possible they stole this knife from that case. Or they hid it somewhere hard to find. Also, there's one more thing about this knife that's strange. There's some kind of paint that's been applied to the hilt. In the dim lights beneath the table, it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? Yeah, sorry guys, my voice is cracking because I kind of just woke up. But I really wanted to finish this before I had to go, so... what is this? It looks like binoculars, but why is there a pair of binoculars under the table?
Hey.
Hijima, those aren't binoculars. Then what are they?
Perhaps?
Those are probably night vision goggles. Night vision goggles? I've seen them at the supermarket on the island. They also stock self-defense kits too. If that's the case, did the killer use these night vision goggles to kill Bakura during the blackout? Night vision goggles. Okay. What about his body? The body is collapsed face down into the table, as if he was in the middle of attempting something. It looks like he was, according to the Monokuma file, he was repeatedly stabbed between the throat and the abdominal region. Repeatedly stabbed. Would one of us really do something so horrible? The body is collapsed face down on the table as if he was in the middle of attempting to... It looks like he was. According to... Okay. Okay, then I had to check his head. Okay, I already checked that. I'm trying to get the other circle. His hand. That's what I was trying to do. Oh my god. Whatever, I don't even care anymore. Something stuck to the back of the table. Is this duct tape? There seems to be paint applied to the non-sticky side of the duct tape. In the dim light beneath the table, it seems to glow dully. Could this be glowing paint? I don't understand. Yeah, you won't let me leave because I'm not checking the blood, or his hand, or whatever. The blood flowing from Bakura's body formed a huge pool under the table. That's a lot of blood. There's blood splattered everywhere. Even the inner side of the tablecloth is covered in blood. The blood must have splattered all over the place when he got stabbed. But there doesn't seem to be any drag marks leading from the blood pool. I'm sure I've pretty much investigated what's under the table. Despite the fact that it's just me, I think I'm working pretty hard. Even if it's just a little, I'm sure we're getting close to the truth behind Bakura's death. My hero, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on?
Is that what you expected me to say? Because I feel terrible. 1 minute Bakura is alive and well, and in an instant something awful suddenly happens. Of course I'm not fine.
Why?
And not only that, but whoever killed him is one of us, right? That hasn't been determined yet. It's already been determined. You've already accepted it, haven't you?
This is the worst.
That we have to find out who the killer is. Find out which friend killed our friend. I don't think it's either, but I don't like it either, but we won't survive if we don't go through with it. It's not just for yourself. We have to do it to protect all of us. If I had only acted calmer during the blackout, Bakura might still be alive.
This is the worst.
This whole thing would have never happened. Stop blaming yourself. Nothing good will come of it.
Jeez.
Oh, geez. Getting cheered up by a boy isn't like me at all.
Got it?
Hey, Hajime, forget about what I just said. Got it? Yeah, that's fine. I got it. Anyways, I won't dwell on it for now. I can't become a burden to everyone. Plus, there might be a clue that only I have access to. A clue.
Hey.
Photos. The ones I took before the blackout, remember? Oh my god. Hey, Bakura, everyone, come on. I'm gonna take a picture. Alright, say cheese. Oh yeah, the pictures. I want to see them. I have digital camera so I can show them to you right now. Really? Please. Let's see. It's this photo. And this one. I took these two photos right before the blackout, but... Is something wrong? I didn't realize it until now, but right before the blackout, Bakura was standing in a total different spot than where we found him. Wasn't his body under that table with the lamp on top of it, the one underneath the monitor? Prior to that, Bakura was standing along the wall farthest away from the table. You're right, that's pretty far. There's something... Everyone's standing position before the blackout might be a huge clue. Hey, can you approximate everybody's standing position from these photos? Yeah, I was thinking of the same thing. It'd be hard to understand from the photos alone, so it might be better for me to plot it out. But would that actually provide a clue? I don't know yet, but I feel like it could.
Leave it to me.
Got it. Then leave it to me. That's pretty much the only job I can do anyways. Thank you. Alright, now that that's decided,
You better do your best.
you better work hard on your investigation too. How much longer are you planning to stand around?
Do you understand?
What's going on? You gotta find out how Bakura died. Yeah, I know, but... It's good she's all fired up now, but she's a totally different person now that when her feelings are down. Yeah, she is. She's mean. She's mean. Oh, hellhound earring, answer my call.
Impossible.
Is this effect futile as well? Hey, are you still looking for that earring you dropped? It is not a mere earring, it is the hellhound earring.
Fine.
Long ago, in a faraway land, a beast known as the hellhound was feared by all, even by he who summoned it. Well, this is a certainly random story. The hellhound tore its way through inimitable battlefields, its fangs glistening with blood, and his drenched blood red fur would dry in the howling winds of loneliness. When I finally tamed that diabolic beast, I received an earring to commemorate that event. The hellhound earring. So what I may never forget the night I battled that fearsome Pomeranian. I wear that earring at all times. Was that really about a frickin' Pomeranian? I understand it's important to you, but for now, we need to investigate.
I won't let you.
Where is it? Where did it disappear to? Maybe it fell underneath the floor. The carpet doesn't cover the whole floor. It might have fallen through the gaps between the exposed floorboards. So that's what transpired. Such a clever little babool. Gundam laughed unprousingly, rolling as he walked towards the wall and pressed his hand against the gap in the floor and peered beneath the floorboard.
I can see.
Ah, there it is. I found it. Truly, that is the hellhound earring. It seems God exists for my benefit. I see. Good for you.
Let me.
However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either. Then maybe you should just give up?
What?
Give up what? The world? I mean, give up the earring. Fool, have you not yet realized? The world will come to an end if the human race were to lose that earring. You humans are so satisfied with clothing yourself in layers of false knowledge. But even with all those layers, you still will not survive the winter. Why am I being scalded?
Fine.
It was foolish of me to rely on you fools. Fine, I shall do something about it on my own. Now, if you excuse me, I must go save the world. Save the world. He wanted the earring back by any means necessary. His determination is truly inspiring. But it'd be nice if he actually helped with the investigation. Gaps in the floorboard has been added to the... Okay, thank you. Next up... Are you done? I must investigate my classmate's body? Yes, I'm the one who has the medical knowledge. That's why I need to do it. Do it somehow. Before you start, why don't you calm down a bit? You're right, I need to calm down first. I'm careless enough as it is. That's pretty obvious from how you felt earlier. I'm terribly sorry about that, for showing you something so unsightly. You made me remember it again. I made such a fool of myself in front of everyone. Forget making a fool of yourself. How in the world did you end up like that? Well, I got startled by the blackout, slipped on a carpet, and I got in a test, and I was struggling to get back up. It was so embarrassing. Please, erase it from your memory. Even if you ask me, I won't be able to forget it so easily. Sorry. I can't stand it. Embarrassing pose has been added to the truth bullet. Thank you. Hey, Hajime, there's something I wanted to run by you. Before the blackout occurred, Byakuya was in the dining hall with the rest of us, right? Yeah, that's right. And if Byakuya's dead body was discovered after the blackout, then don't you think he died during the blackout? Well, now that you mention it. But why was Byakuya's body under the table? Even if the killer tried to hide him, It's not like he would have stayed hidden forever. Isn't it confusing? You're absolutely right. It seems finding out what exactly happened during the blackout is the key to solving the mystery. There's no way I'd know. It was so dark during the blackout, I couldn't see a thing.
That's not it.
Although, if seeing was impossible, then there's a possibility someone might have heard something. Heard something? Are you talking about her? What? There's more to discover. Oh, the case is open, right. Ah, this is the metal case Bakura had with him. I believe he said it was made of beryllium. The last time I saw it, it was closed, but there were a lot of odd things inside this case, like nightsticks and pepper spray. What's this? A hard plastic case. But it's just the case of the inside of the inside is empty. I wonder what was inside of it. But the one thing that really catches my attention is this small key. It must be the key to the other beryllium case. That other case was in the office, and all of the collected dangerous items were inside of it. If the key to the beryllium case is right here, then it is unlikely that the murder weapon used to kill Bakura was taken from that case, which means the weapon inside that beryllium case aren't related to Bakura's murder. Even so, I still don't get it. Why did Bakura have this beryllium case in the first place? A case packed with all of the security equipment. Maybe he was being extra cautious just in case. No, that can't be right. That's way too overboard. Could he have known something was going to happen beforehand? And because of that, he went to all his trouble to be extra careful? Can I leave now? Okay, can't leave now. A remote-controlled air conditioner. Air conditioner? Could it be? Hey, all of you. Why can't you act a little more grown-up? What was that sound just now? This air conditioner is probably the only machine inside this room, and the air conditioner is remote-controlled. The timer is set to 11:30 p.m. I'm pretty sure Bakura's time of death was around the same time. If so, that means that mechanical sound before the blackout, it probably came from the air conditioner. My flashes of inspiration aren't as bad as I thought. Now then, where else should I investigate? Am I done now?
Hajime.
Hajime, moment? What is it?
Hey.
When we're finished with the investigation here, would you like to hear what everyone else has to say together? If I go by myself, some people might not talk to me out of caution. Well, we've been told that one of us is a killer. It can't be helped if anyone is on edge right now. But why me? You're easy to talk to, and I feel like you have a scent similar to mine. We both harbor special feelings towards Hope Peak Academy, isn't that right? Well, yeah, but fine. If we're going together, let's get on with it. There's no time for idle chat.
Thanks.
I'm glad. It'll be a great help. Special feelings, huh? Even so, what he said about us being similar, I don't think I agree.
Now then.
I guess for now we should search the inside of the old building and listen to what others have to say. Not just the dining hall. I think we should consider this whole building the scene of the crime. After all, the blackout that took place at the time would have happened throughout the whole entire building. Yeah, you're right. Okay. It's locked. Someone appears to be inside. Since it's a unisex bathroom, I don't know who's actually in there.
Hey!
Is anyone in there? We knocked on the door and tried calling out to whoever was on the other side, but there's no response. This is going nowhere. I guess we should give up for now and check on it later. Yeah, you're right.
Hajime.
The old building circuit breaker should be inside this office. Circuit breaker? Huh? It might be related to the blackout. So it's better if we check out the circuit breaker first. Circuit breaker. That must be the old building circuit breaker. The blackout probably happened because of this.
I see. see.
It doesn't look like someone did anything to it. Nothing else looks suspicious either. The circuit breaker is pretty high up. Even if you use a stepladder, you won't reach it. Yeah, I totally agree. That's why it's so mysterious. Well, during the blackout, I was panicking so bad I forgot about that, but you're right. Even with the stepladder, there's no way you'd be able to reach that circuit breaker. Which means someone must have resetted the breaker after the blackout, but who? I did.
Whoa!
It's here.
Actually,
You idiots had no idea what to do about the blackout, so I'm the one who resetted the circuit breaker.
by the way,
I'm not the one who tripped this breaker. The killer did that, of course. But how did someone as small as you reset the breaker? Well, firstly, my eyes work real good at night, so I have no trouble seeing in the dark. And if you really want to know how I reach the circuit breaker, my body stretches. You know, I'm very elastic.
I won't be
A
fooled.
liar. I'm serious. Want to see? Want to see a version of Monokuma with his body all stretched out? It's gross. It's grotesque. No thanks. Just imagining it makes me want to puke. Oh, really? Such a shame. Still, don't you think Monokuma's such a nice guy? In a popularity contest, he'd take first place.
I see.
Well, what the hell? So he's the one who reset the circuit breaker? Well, in that case, I'm convinced there's no way we'd be able to reach that. If that's the case, how did the killer trip the circuit breaker? If they didn't trip it or set it to be a trap? Hey, Pecco, you got something to say? I can already tell you doubt me, correct? Huh? However, it does not surprise me. An unexpected blackout occurs, and during that time, Byakuya was killed.
anyway,
The circuit breaker is in this office. Naturally, I look suspicious since I was supposed to be here.
Wait.
Supposed to be here? Does that mean?
I see.
So I was right, you weren't in the office. But why? Weren't you supposed to guard the circuit breaker in the beryllium case with all the weapons in it? So where'd you run off to on your own? Well, that is... Pecco suddenly dropped to one knee and started groaning on the spot. Hey, what happened? No, I'm just not feeling too well. I apologize, but excuse me.
What the heck?
Excuse me, what was that?
Hey,
Pecco, it appears the bathroom inside this old building is currently occupied, so I recommend either using the hotel lobby or your cottage. Huh? It seems like it will be a tough path. With cold sweats dripping from her forehead, Pecco wobbled out of the office. Well, what happened to her? It's kind of hard for me to say it myself. I already feel bad enough for Pecco as it is. What does that mean? I mean, is it a cold? Is it cool? She didn't like run away or something. Because if she ran away, she obviously the killer. I'm almost positive. Is that really what it was? No, I don't want to talk to him. I want that.
I've been found.
Woohoo! I'm rich. Alright, let's look at this case. The beryllium case. It should contain all the dangerous items Bakuro collected.
hey.
Maybe we should check inside, just to be safe. But it's locked.
Yep.
Bakuro had the key to this particular beryllium case with him. Check it out, I brought it with me, so there's no need to worry. Hey, is it okay to take that key without permission?
Now.
It's forbidden to tamper with the crime scene, but if we don't, we can't check inside this case, right? So I should open it. This guy, he doesn't feel any remorse.
See?
It opens. Forks, kitchen knives, iron skewers, and various tools are crammed inside. But it's not possible that the killer took anything from here, because the key to that case was inside the case Bakura had with him. I guess you're right about that.
Maybe.
Hey, is it Pecco the killer? Why do you think that?
I mean-
Well, she wandered off somewhere, even though she was supposed to be in the office. When we were looking for Bakura after the blackout, I went to the office right away, but when I got here, she was gone.
No.
I shouldn't say this out too loudly, or else Miss Sonia will yell at me. Pecco probably is the one who tripped the circuit breaker and used the blackout to her advantage to kill Bakura.
Hey.
And don't you think she looks kind of ruthless too, like an assassin, right? Well, it's not like you look any better. Oh, there's more to look at. What? This light? Is this light important? Is this desk lamp the staff used for busy work? There's nothing particular that catches my eye. Hey, where did Pekka go? She looks pretty pale. If she made it, then I'm sure she's fine. Beyond that, it'd be improper for me to say. Huh? The remote control is the office's air conditioner, huh? The timer here is set to 11:30 p.m. Wasn't the timer of the air conditioner in the dining hall set to the same time? It can't be a coincidence, right? Probably not.
Now then.
I guess we're done with the office, don't you think? We should get going. I guess that's not the way.
I see.
Apparently, a great man once said investigation should be done on foot.
Yes.
So that's why I'm also using my feet. I'm just walking around for no particular reason. Well, if there's no reason, then there's no meaning.
Hey.
Hey, Hajime, I just realized something. Could she by any chance know what happened during the blackout? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Are you serious?
How'd you know? So you did hear us, even though Hajime and I were talking about it pretty softly just now. Not only do I have perfect face, style, and personality, but I also have perfect ears. I see. If your hearing is so good, maybe you heard what actually happened during the blackout?
Hey.
When the blackout happened, you could hear everybody's voices throughout the dining hall, right? We couldn't tell, but you would have been able to make it out who was who, right? Just leave it to me. It'll be easy as fried rice with gravy, huh? La la la, I'll heartily eat it for breakfast.
See.
Oh, you mean like it'll be easy as pie, except eating fried rice with gravy for breakfast is kind of heavy? Any fried rice that isn't fried with gravy is so wrong. She should make a metaphor with a more common type of fried rice, like egg fried rice or lettuce fried rice. Anyways, can you tell us what you heard? Leave it to me. I'ma take a bit out of ya.
Yep.
If you tell us, I'll let you bite Hajime later. Stop it. What if she takes it seriously? Let's see. The first person who raised their voice during the blackout was... That's right. It was Mahiro.
It's a blackout.
Next was Kazuche's voice, and then the next one was mine.
Hey, I can't see anything.
It's pitch black. My future is pitch black.
Ah, what a nice remake I made. It's to the point and has its own unique charm. Just continue. Then there was more voices, one after another.
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Don't step on my feet.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow.
Turn the damn lights on. I can't eat like this, you know.
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Alrighty, that's pretty much it. Aren't I awesome? Praise me, praise me. Give me lots of praises. I heard you the first time, seriously. Don't get any closer. Hey, Nagito, say something to her? Hey, did something happen? No, I was just thinking about what Bakura said during the blackout. What Bakura said?
Hey.
Why did he say something like that? Rather, why was he able to say that? What the hell? What's going on here? And this... What do you mean? About that, why don't we discuss it after we've investigated a little bit more? For now, I can't really say anything for certain. Well, it's not like I really care.
Yep.
Anyways, don't you think Ikebai's account just now is an important clue that will lead us to the truth?
Yahoo!
and then praise me. Let me bite you. Ouch, why are you really biting me? There's something I wanted to ask you. What is it?
It is strange.
It appears
no?
that only that wall is different color and material. Why is that?
Perhaps.
Oh, it's probably a fire door. A fire door? You've never seen one before? It's a door that shuts to keep the fire from spreading by containing it. If that happens, you can run away, right?
Wow.
I see. It is like a barrier, just like lining up plastic bottles around a house. That only done to keep cats from getting in. You know about keeping cats from getting inside, but you don't know about fire doors?
I am ashamed.
Truly, I am culturally ignorant. I am ashamed of myself. Hey, were you in the kitchen during the blackout terror too? That blackout totally startled me. At first, I thought it was just in the kitchen, but when I finally managed to get out of the kitchen, the hallway was pitch black too. And then I heard everyone's voices, so I fumbled along the wall and tried to feel my way to the dining hall. But that place was pitch black. It was like pitch black everywhere. Couldn't you use that kitchen stove or as a light?
No.
That's impossible. The gas stove needs electricity to work, so it was directly affected by the blackout. I see, then I guess it's not possible. Since you work with fire in the kitchen, I figured you'd be able to use it as a light source or something, but I guess it's not that easy. Well, there's really not much to look at. Chinese, yeah, this is what he said last time. Isn't it amazing? That meat is so big, even I was shocked.
Well,
It's a
guess
dish
that's about it.
fit for a tropical island. I'd never be able to get meat like that in Anima or Azaba. I'd never be able to get meat like this in my hometown, much less. I just read that. I get it. You don't have to repeat yourself. But it's so big. Where did you get it? I asked Nekomoro. Apparently, he killed the cow at the ranch with his bare hands and brought it over. His bare hands? That's a little hard to believe, but it doesn't seem completely impossible either. Those hands of his, they look like they're specialized in punching things. I wouldn't want to get punched by those hands. Seriously, Nekomoro is so wild. He totally right at home in a country setting. I'm so jealous. My hometown is near Ayamaya and Azabu, so wild country things like that, they slip my mind a lot, you know?
Man.
Well, I guess this meat has gone to waste since this awfulness happened right when the party started. The only ones who ate any food were Akane, and Peko, who took some portions for herself. Don't say that. After I worked so hard to cook the world's most refined party dishes, only 2 people actually tasted them?
Tell you the truth.
Well, it's not like I actually believe it, but if there's really is a killer out there, I'll probably never be able to forgive that killer. He's scary when he's mad. Bakura must have confiscated all the dangerous items on the kitchen equipment list. Well, just from reading through this list, it looks like the knives next to Bakura's body didn't come from the kitchen. It appears to have been brought from outside. From outside? Then how did the killer get past Bakura's body check?
That's weird.
Strange, isn't it? I mean, he didn't even go easy on the girls when he was performing the pat-downs. If that's the case, then they probably brought the knife in advance and hid it somewhere.
Hey.
Still, it's surprising how much equipment this kitchen has. There are iron plates for barbecuing, and even a portable stove for cooking hot plate pots. But this is all stuff that doesn't pertain to the murder, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I agree. I guess I'm pretty much finished in the kitchen investigation. Nagito, let's go.
You're right.
How come Bakuro was able to say something like that in the darkness? Like, what the hell? What's going on? Or this is... It makes me wonder. The storage room is really dusty and dark.
Wow.
My hands were full cleaning the dining room, so I couldn't even touch this room. It even has cobwebs. There's no way I could stay in here for too long. Are these irons? It looks like they were recently turned on, but why are these 3 irons on this iron board? Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. When I was looking for Bakura after the blackout, I also found these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on.
Yep.
It'd be bad if another blackout happened, so I turned them off, but doesn't that feel kind of sinister? Sinister? There's a huge piece of cloth randomly shoved in here.
Perhaps.
Is this a tablecloth? Oh, a tablecloth? Wait, huh? Hold on. There's something on it. Is that a bloodstain?
Huh?
A bloodstain. Come here, take a closer look. It's too dark. I can't really see that clearly. There's no mistaking it. This is clearly a bloodstain, which means this tablecloth is connected to Bakura's murder, right? If this tablecloth has a bloodstain on it, then it's a possibility. Seriously, it is a bloodstain. There's an awful lot of boxes. We don't have time to go through each and every one of them. I guess I should leave them alone. A wise decision.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, how much longer are you gonna stay in this dark place? You're just wasting your time. Let's move on and investigate in other places already. I get it, you're right. Section cleaning. Tablecloths, it looks like they haven't been used yet. I guess there's nothing strange here. Okay. I guess you're right. Let's leave.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like you pretty much finished looking around the old building.
Hey.
So how about we check out Bakura's cottage?
Yep.
Bakura's cottage? There might be a clue there, so I thought it'd be a good idea to check it out in this case. But I was scared I might encounter some danger if I went by myself. Well, I don't really mind going there together, but aren't you worried about the possibility that I might be the danger?
Hey.
You mean, am I worried you would be the killer? To be honest, I don't think you're the killer. In fact, I can't even imagine it. It's like, instead of living with doubt in others, it's so much better to die believing in others. Don't talk like that. We're doing this so we can live, you know.
I see.
As I thought, you sure are strong. You are definitely the chosen one. Chosen by Hope's Peak Academy. Alright then, let's get going to Bakura's cottage. I don't know why, but every time we talk, I don't really know how I'm supposed to react. The moment I left the old building, there was a strange scene unfolding before me.
Hey, what are you doing?
What am I doing, you say? Ha! Now that is truly a foolish question.
Is it?
We're just checking to see if we can get under the floor from here.
Under the floor? Why?
Who said it was futile? Who decided it was impossible? How did you know I cannot recover my earring?
If it is possible to get under the floor, it'll change our understanding of the murder, I think. So I thought it was important to check it.
Good point.
I see.
I see. Under the floor? Huh. I never considered thinking of that. What do you mean?
See?
Come on, think about it.
Hey.
The carpet I laid didn't reach the table where we found Bakura's body, right? And the dining hall floor had a huge gap between the floorboards. Then, is it possible that the killer killed Bakura by stabbing him from beneath the floor?
Yep.
That's what I thought, so I'm trying to see if we can get under it from here. Well, I guess it's not possible to get under the floor from the outside. The building is surrounded by a firm fence, so there's no way to sneak under the floor from here.
But
Even so, I couldn't find a way to get under the floor from inside the building either. Do you think there's a possibility that there's a hidden hole somewhere?
Well,
No, that's not possible. Are you sure? At any rate, it seems you can't get under the floor from outside the building. That's a relief. Relief? Why? Because if you could get under the floor from the outside, there'd only be one logical suspect. The only person who didn't come to the party and also doesn't have an alibi. Oh, right. Fumihiko. Fahimiko. I suspected him too. That's why I was checking to see if it's possible to get under the floor from outside.
Well,
Speaking of which, not long after I began guarding the entrance, Fahiko came here. Huh? He did?
huh?
Oh, what happened, Fahiko?
huh?
Oh, hey, what are you doing here, all alone at a place like this?
Yep.
I was standing guard so Monokuma doesn't come in.
Huh.
Huh. How diligent of you.
Hey.
You're not coming to the party?
What are you saying?
Hell no, not even if you paid me. Parties are stupid. They make me want to puke. You want to come to the party, right? Isn't that why you came here? Of course not. I was just going for a damn walk. What? Do I have to report to you every time I want to go to a fucking walk?
That's wrong.
No, it's not like that, but... Then leave me alone. And then he just left. So that happened, but why did he come here?
See?
He probably wanted to be part of the group, but he can't be honest about it. He believes he's different from everyone else. That's why he's always alone.
Hey.
He's like the main character of an RPG. Have you played those before? Huh? When did we start talking about video games?
I see.
Even though we don't really know what he's thinking, I don't think we have any reason to doubt him.
I'm glad.
That's a relief. I'm glad. You keep saying you're glad, but we have no idea who the killer is. Well, I guess for now we should stick to the plan and head over to Bakura's cottage. As long as the probability is greater than 0, that will suffice.
Not
I
unleashed even half of my
will
power
most
yet.
assuredly reclaim the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands. It seems he has no intention of investigating. It's okay. Hey dude, what's up? What the hell? Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? That's not happening. Didn't you hear Monokuma's announcement? Of course I did. Apparently Bakura is the one who got killed. So what? What did you say? Do you think I'm the killer? Think whatever you want. I'm used to being mistrusted. That's not why I... Whatever. Just tell me what you were doing while everyone was at the party.
Huh?
Checking my alibi, huh? Well, I don't have one. I was just chilling in my cottage all by myself during that time. The whole time? Because Chikika said she saw you in front of the old building.
Shut up!
Nosy bitch.
Jeez.
It's true. I went for a little walk, and then, just by chance, I ended up passing by the old building. Were you really going for a walk? Don't tell me you were actually trying to join the party.
Don't fuck with
Why
me.
the hell would I do that? It's a coincidence. A coincidence. Alright, I got it. Dumbass. Where's Bakura's cottage? Huh? It's locked.
Hey.
I guess we need to ask him for help. And so Nagito took a deep breath.
Hey!
Monokuma!
Did you call me?
Did you call me? Yes, we did. When did you trade Monokuma?
Hey.
Monokuma, I was wondering if you could do us a favor. There's something we want to investigate.
What's this?
Hey, who are you talking to? That's just my after image. When I get serious, my after image is unleashed. I can even play soccer by myself as long as I have this cloning technique. Though, it'd be boring to play alone. I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and open Bakura's cottage already.
Well,
This is for the class trial. It's something we really need. For the class trial?
This is troubling.
If it's for the class trial, there is no way I can refuse. Now then, there is only one spell that can open these doors.
Vamoose!
I've unlocked the door. Now you could investigate to your heart's content. Why does it open with a magic spell?
Jeez.
It's probably just powered by electricity. At any rate, that performance was a waste of time. I see. I guess we should go inside then.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There's an envelope on the table. Is it a letter someone sent to Bakura?
That's weird.
There's no sender. This looks pretty suspicious.
Hajime.
You should check what's inside. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. This is a crime warning? No. If it says be careful, it's probably a threatening letter. Regardless, who would send something like this? Maybe this is why Bakura suddenly decided to throw a party. Huh? The first kill will happen tonight because someone made this threat to Bakura. He gathered everyone in one area and was extremely cautious about all the dangerous items. He was trying to create a scenario in which everyone could monitor each other. He thought if he did that, nobody would be able to kill anyone. So he believed this crazy letter? He couldn't ignore the possibility of this happening, even if it was just a worst case scenario. Remember what Bakura kept saying? How he wouldn't let anyone become a victim? He couldn't overlook that slim possibility, just to keep his promise. Then why did he keep it a secret? If he had told us,
Nope.
He probably couldn't. He probably thought what was also a worst case scenario. What do you mean? If everyone knew what was in the letter, whether it was a lie or not, everyone would have likely begun to doubt each other. And at that point, there would be no turning back. So Bakura tried to do something about this all by himself without telling anyone?
Yep.
His strong sense of responsibility is the only explanation I can think of. Anyways, whoever sent Bakura this letter also killed them. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry.
No, this could be a prank, and it might have something to do with Bakura's death. It might have nothing to do with Bakura's death after all. What was that? He suddenly became really quiet. I see. He doesn't want to believe one of us could be the killer, but still, we've come all this way here, and it's the only thing I can think of. The person who wrote this letter murdered Bakura. If that's the case, that person completely predicted how Bakura would react once he received it, right? They planned to manipulate Bakura and killed him right before our eyes in that old building. Damn it, who the hell would have done that?
Hey.
Hajime, there's probably not much time left until the class trial starts, probably. Which reminds me, you asked Mahiro for a favor earlier, right? Yeah, I wanted her to find out where everyone was standing before the blackout. She's probably finished by now. You're coming with me, right? Sorry, that's all you. Huh? I need some time alone. I'd like some time to collect my thoughts. I see, I understand. Also, if you're going back to the old building, you should hear what McKean has to say as well. I think the results of the autopsy should be ready by now.
Bye now.
I'll see you later. He was pretty pale. I wonder if he's okay. But now's not the time for me to worry about Nagito. There isn't much time left. I better hurry over to the old building. Excuse me. What the hell was that loud voice just now? How's my pet doing? You okay, dude? I heard you laughing. I feel so lighthearted right now. I, Nakamura, Niria, have been reborn. I have no intention of losing anymore. Losing to what? I won't lose to anyone, not even to my past self. That sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about? What? I don't know who was behind it, but someone tried to make a shitty bastard out of me. Some scoundrel was occupying the bathroom before the party was about to start. Now that you mention it, you said something like that shortly after the party started. Yes, he had to go to the bathroom. However, if you think I'd be angry by something like that, you've all misunderstood my nerve and patience. Do all and achieve all with one's presence of mind. That is the goal of a true leader. In other words, a leader must never falter in any situation, but always have the presence of one's mind. He says that, but I'm pretty sure he was shaken up by the whole ordeal. Or, well, best not to get into it. Anyways, so you're saying the bathroom door was shut from before the party started to after the blackout?
So what I mean
And the bathroom was finally unoccupied after Bakura's body was found. That's about how long that lasted? What he said sounds stupid and irrelevant, but I should remember it just in case. If you like, I could tell you a little bit of what I want to say. Did you find anything? I tried within reason to perform an autopsy report on Bakura's body, and I discovered that there were several puncture wounds around Bakura's chest and abdomen region. The deep wounds, deep enough to reach his lungs and internal organs. So it can be assumed that a very thin, sharp object around 5 millimeters in diameter was used to stab him over and over again, which is what I believe. Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry, talking about it made me sad. No, need to push yourself. I mostly get the gist of what you're trying to say. I'm sorry. Still, around 5 millimeters in diameter? Huh. Isn't that pretty thin? That's as thin as an ice pick or an owl. Hey, you're here. Where the hell were you wandering off to? I wasn't wandering. I was investigating as much as I could. I see. Well, if you weren't slacking off, then I guess it's fine. So, did you find anything? Yeah, sorta. You sound unsure.
Hey.
Well, just take a look at this. Just as you told me, using the 2 photos I took before the blackout, I tried to pinpoint where everyone was standing. When I did, this diagram was the result. So this is everyone's standing position before the blackout. Everyone's pretty much in the dining hall. I made this diagram from analyzing those photos, so I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Just as I thought, Bakura was standing as far distance from the table, which we could have figured out without this diagram. It's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to move that far during the blackout. Huh. What's this line extending from the table where Bakura was killed? It's the desk lamp. I drew the power cord for just in case. The power cord for the desk lamp? If that cord is extending from the table where Bakura was killed, that means...
Hey.
So, did you find something? It's not clear to me yet, but I guess you're right. I didn't really understand it myself when I was drawing it. I have a feeling that it's either a potential clue or a waste of labor. No, it wasn't a waste at all.
Huh?
It's not clear to me yet, but there's no mistaking that a clue is hidden here. An extremely important clue.
Alrighty, guys! It's finally time! That's right! It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, I shall tell you all the meeting place. At the central island of Jabberwock Island, there is a mountain with my adorable face carved into it. That, my friends, is Monokuma Rock. Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon!
Can't wait. A mountain with a carving of Monokuma's face at the center island. Hey, dude. I probably went the wrong way, didn't I? Yep, I definitely went the wrong way. Yeah, I leveled it up. Perfect distance for leveling up. Great. Huh?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck is that mountain? When did that get here? Never mind that. How did they even make the mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean what Byakuya said is
You are
right?
right.
Byakuya. We still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Byakuya. What happened to Gundam and Fuusiki? And now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
Got it!
I know, they are probably just ran away.
No way!
Oh, hell no, there's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with
I'm
me.
telling you, let me go.
Hey!
Hey now, if you keep acting violent, I just might eat you up.
Hey!
Hey, Hikio, Fayahiko, what are you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing, I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about that anyways?
You.
How could you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait.
Mahiro, that's enough. You two, Hiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened?
I am right here. Remember this well. A main character arrives when he's intended to. Huh?
Hey.
It seems you noticed it too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now that's everyone's all together. Let's take the secret entrance to the trial field. Please, wait a second.
What's this?
My, Monami, just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Do you actually want to join?
You massive
Do you
biscuit
want-
mascot.
Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
Special bleeding
Oh well,
service.
I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya
I'll go on
later.
ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any door or vehicles.
What's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance. Okay, how did I even hit that button? Or did it just open on its own? It must have just opened on its own. This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Something came out. Could it be? Is he telling us to enter?
What?
Such a surprising aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Mega Z is trembling with fear. Oh, well, that's so totally suspicious. Forgive me, seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyways. Like, not even remotely. There's no... Okay.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sakes. We've got this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere else for us to run. We need to do this. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do is stare upward intensely at the escalator carrying me. And when each of us entered Monokuma's rock, this is an elevator? I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chatter sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some past time before the elevator finally finished descending, and then the elevator door slowly opened.
Welcome!
Okay, welcome. This is the class trial fields. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fate.
Right, you?
What the hell is he thinking, locking us up in a shitty place like this?
Don't fuck with me!
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole. Complaining all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seat and where your name's written. It looks like everyone knows, even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Is that like a sideways iPad over there? Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seat we had been assigned. From this point on, we needed to find out who killed Byakuya, the ultimate affluent prodigy, Byakuya Tagami. He was overcritical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this light threatening trial blowing with hope and despair has begun. Yay, we made it. And I still have 3 hours. Perfect. I'm just buying random skills. I don't even really care. Use it to shift mood to your favor, effective during your battle shutdowns. Oh, it's because I don't have enough points. Okay, never mind.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely.
There's no doubt that the Blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that, no thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. Okay, no, I don't need tutorial.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Huh? What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of...
After the killer murdered, they probably moved the body there. No, that's wrong!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
You're too cruel.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then... What's the problem? It's connected to what Byakuya was during the party, then it's probably... Yeah. He was taking security. Did I choose the wrong case? Security. Well, he dove for the knife.
I can prove it with this.
Okay. I guess that's what I wanted.
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
I thought it was asking what he was doing, as in he was security, not what exactly he was diving for. My bad.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be a various weak spots standing in your way. Oh, yeah. So just like the last game. Got it. Cool, cool, cool.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham-Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food! Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
It's true, getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but...
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the black...
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, must have seen the killer.
But it was super! It was so dark I couldn't... Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's wrong! No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh, come on.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, this is your first argument surface. You will go one-on-one debate, call rebuttal shutdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out the weak point spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remark with left stick, okay? Based on the shape of the remark, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right corner, to the sharpness of the counter. When we debate, you will lose counts of sharpness, even if you mislead. When the mood skews to your advantage, blah 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 blah. Argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, then it will end up divulging some weak spot. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spot. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spot with the... Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut the opponent's remark. Huh? What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any changes. Okay. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Okay. These are new.
If you just use killer, obviously use those night vision, that's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they use night vision, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm sure Byakuya, yeah, he
because
did.
If they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planned and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
He did.
Because if they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. That's so those goggles were planned and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
I'm trying to hit the thing. Why is it not hitting the thing?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Okay.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planned. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Am I doing something wrong here?
Because
Let me review the controls / overturn.
then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark.
Oh.
I mean, in reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Nope. Oh, fire truth blade. Why? Okay. My bad.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planned and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Bam.
Allow me to cut through those words. No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in the beryllium case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was probably a possibility that murder would occur, and that's because of this.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely be killed soon.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone? Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies! It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it among us? Who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of that mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table with his hand. The glowing paint?
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
I am not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? I'll figure it out.
Since Peko was in the office, She could have caused the blackout at any time!
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Just from listening to Pecco's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Pecco was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time!
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
No, I think Pecco is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pecco.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pecco's alibi.
I've been trying to use it so many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pecco was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pecco.
I guess that would be... true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier!
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited? Seriously, stop it.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change dramatically.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that! Laxatives would ruin the taste!
Whether Pecco's stomach was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it, we need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating... Now that you brought food to the office,
Just a little bit from the...
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
No, that's wrong! No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall, because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Cease this bickering! Let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us. Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what actually is important. So we need to make it clear that the blackout occurred. Well, we know the blackout occurred. I must have misread that.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Okay.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker. It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Oops. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker. It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Or maybe they caused a power surge?
I agree with that. It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
No.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable! If the irons in the storage room caused the... Then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the store, and that means everyone who was when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect!
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to. If the irons cupped, then the killer had to go to the storage room and turn on the iron! Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the dining hall weren't. If the irons caused the blackout...
Allow me to cut through those words! The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hands died around that time too!
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see! I understand! Indubitably!
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right?
such a hateful bear. You deserve to die 1,000 deaths.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress. Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killing. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy! Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think.
Did you say something?
'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
A clue, you say?
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on glow from the paint, in order to do that, they need to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That clearly is shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to the table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. I kind of saw it in the drawing, so I don't see a cable, but it's the lamp.
The desk lamp to move to that table in the
Yeah.
dark. A desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
No.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp like as a light. The killer actually used.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
The only person here who could have possibly done it is.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was. Well, he was cleaning.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I already prepared drawing sticks because I assumed something like this would happen. To go to the trouble to prepare this, just what did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Okay.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkening is in his eyes, shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding on into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And with a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. Too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. Too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito! If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then how about that old-looking building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with a lot of stuff, it's hard to see in there and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stay in there for a long time, I think it might be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Peko was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, it was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent, I believe his talent is he is the ultimate lucky, not unlucky, the ultimate lucky student.
See, you're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
Huh? Left the red mark? Huh? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please, Monokuma!
Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is Nagito really the killer?
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of white noise will appear. White noise. Yep. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
How do I shoot? I guess I should have read that. How do I fire? Well, I don't see it.
He has already confessed.
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with a knife he hid.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, never mind. Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
Why does McCain think it's strange? Because she must know something that contradicts the crime scene. Well, she did do the autopsy.
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed. You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with a knife he hid.
No, that's wrong! That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Nikon?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But, based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse!
Not a whorehouse! Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Nikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Nikon's the one who said it.
I'm sorry. Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like,
During the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off. What happened during the blackout? Oh, if you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth. The truth behind our side. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, real?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation
Hold on a moment,
like
guys.
this.
Well, I've done what I can. Will they stop barking? I don't know.
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know?
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck. You've cut me deep with your knife of truth! However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like... Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife, and he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the same time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I couldn't interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on. Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really Nagito? I knew before. No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible, because if we don't, we will die here. Well, now then, the class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who's figured out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion. That's $10 billion? Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on.
Now then, what are you gonna do?
A button to continue on, B to guess the killer's challenge. Oh. I hit B and it went right through it all. I think that was the joke.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed. And his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not gonna believe it. I'll never believe it. 'Cause I believe in everyone. So do your best. And don't forget to save regularly.
I hate you, Monami.
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right?
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, clean.
Nobody's ever complimented me on my appearance before. Not even my own mother.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Why does McKean think Nagito look clean? Because there's no blood on Nagito.
I see! Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes, that's it. Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere, right? There were even bloodstains on the inside of the tablecloth.
If he stabbed Byakuya to death, it's strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been? I guess we did see something I could have used. Isn't that right, Hajime?
Yes, there's only one thing he could have used to block the blood splatter.
I can prove it with this. You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloth we found in the storage room, right?
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it. Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you...
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, getting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
Then what does it mean?
Maybe the killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
Huh?
No, there's no mistake that the murder occurred under that table.
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody, so there's no denying Byakuya was killed there. But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
I don't understand at all!
The place where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are different?
Hajime, you look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle. I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
Under the table, but not under the table. If it's somehow possible, it's the only way that makes sense. Moving forward, we should put aside all unnecessary preconceptions and just choose the answer. I think.
Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Let's go. Oh my god. Must be a lot of new rules on Hangman's Gambit. The place Byakuya got stabbed and the place where the killer did the stabbing aren't the same. Using those words as a clue, I should put aside my preconceptions and try to think about it. Something is coming to me. Just a little bit more. I have a feeling I can see something. Okay, yeah, this is totally different. Got it. Where did killer stab? No, can you move faster? Thank you. This is taking forever. My god, give me letters. Are you doing something wrong? Oh, okay, I got it now. You have to push Y? Okay. Under. Oh my god. Give me the letters. I'm sorry it took me so long to figure it out, but I could use the letters now. There. Under. The. Man, I have too many dogs. I don't know why I did that. Under the... The... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Give me the E again. Give me another E. No. I'm running out of time. I'm not gonna make it. I might as well just give up. Well, at least I know how it works now. Ah, they voted for me again. Congratulations. You guys are idiots.
Never give up.
Okay. Now that I know how it works, it shouldn't be that bad. Oh. I'm not sure if I like this one better or worse now. Oh. Especially since I keep pushing the wrong button. Come on, letters. Need a tea. Give me a tea. Of course. One second.
I got it. Got it. The killer must have stabbed Byakuya from under the floorboards.
Okay.
Under the floorboards?
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. But from where?
I don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
That's right. If I remember correctly, one person here should know how to get under the floorboards. The dude who found his earring. He found his earring!
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Right.
Referring to the Hellhound earring?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, dude.
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboard, right?
There it is. I found it. Truly, that is the Hellhound earring. It seems God exists for my benefit. I see. Good for you. However, how do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either.
Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes. However, it's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh? Could it be? Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began, then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
So, Gundam knows how to get under the floorboards.
It's understandable. After all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass. But I am different. With the power of my 4 Dark Devas of Destruction, it is of no concern. Truly, this is the evil 4th eye. Before the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is rendered asunder.
What should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room. One of my 4 Dark Devas of Destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards. And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands. Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my power!
There he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know.
Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
Then that has to be how the killer did it. If the space beneath the floor is empty, it's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
I see. If they pass through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy, like...
No, I'm not talking about your sound effects. You're saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards.
Who wasn't at the party again?
I didn't participate, but I was guarding the entrance, remember? Monami over there can be my witness, right?
Yes! This Monami over here is your witness!
I believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
The only person who wasn't at the party Judging from the photo I took before the blackout, it obviously has to be him.
Yay! It's decided!
What the fuck are you saying? I'm not the killer!
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like, I can do it?
Don't mess with me! I'll fucking kill you!
See? You're making threats again.
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
Good news, you're now allowed to use the silencer. Okay. So that's the thing. Okay, so it is the same. For the white noise, shoot it with the silencer. Got it.
During the
Yay.
party, the killer
I feel fully
under the
equipped.
floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day. Without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know? That means you have no alibi.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi.
Oh, you're right.
Huh? What happened, Fuyuhiko? Oh, hey, what are you doing here, all alone at the place like this? I'm sitting guard so Monokuma doesn't come inside. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should have said that earlier, dumbass.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside, and he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh, no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
Then someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
During the party. It was probably during the blackout. Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness.
But is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
But I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again...
It appears we're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that... it's like making a seafood bowl without fish!
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night
No,
vision goggles?
I already know.
What a pain. I'm gonna go with my gut.
What if they used a light?
Portable
I
stove.
agree with that. You know, the killer had a light with him.
Oh, I was right? But where could they have found a light?
There was one nearby for sure. See? It's written on the kitchen's equipment list.
20 forks, 20 knives, 20 spoons, 5 iron skewers, 3 frying pans, 20 wine glasses. There are also iron plates for barbecues and even a portable stove for cooking hot pots. Iron plates and portable stoves, I do recall seeing them on the shelves over there. This kitchen seems to be well kept. There should be no problem using it.
It's the portable stove.
Portable stove?
The portable stove isn't powered by electricity. and it's also small enough to carry around. So, the killer used the portable stove to move from the hallway to the storage room during the blackout.
I see. I never considered the portable stove. But there's a hole in your argument.
Huh?
A hole? What kind of hole? It would be great if you could explain it to me in much more detail. Oh, I wasn't making a perverted joke or anything. It's really not a perverted joke. I'm serious.
Repeating yourself just makes it even more suspicious.
Now then, Hajime, will you battle against me? No, that's wrong. Will you be able to break through my argument?
What does he mean, battle? It sounds like he's enjoying a game or something. Damn it, there's no way I'm going to lose against someone like him.
Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have, after all, he was walking near the hallway, right?
Retreat!
Damn it! Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony? I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say? The reason Kazuichi couldn't see the office was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway...
Oops.
The reason Kazuichi couldn't see it was because the hallway was dark. So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? Allow me to cut through those words!
Nagito, did you forget? Or are you just pretending you forgot?
Huh? What are you talking about?
There should have been a wall that blocked light. I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, it would form a perfect wall in the hallway. Plus, the hallway rounds a corner just beyond the fire door. So even if there was a small gap in the door, as long as they passed the corner, the light still wouldn't peek out.
I see. You actually noticed the fire door. Just as expected of the ultimate... Oh. You still don't remember your talent, do you?
Who cares about that right now?
Nagito, what are you plotting? For someone who insists he's not the killer, you are quite nosy.
You sound so scary. If you're that angry, why don't you take a deep breath? You sure like to piss us off. How about I shut your fucking mouth for you?
Hey! It's okay if you guys fight, but I won't allow a burly brawl that might offend people. More importantly, can you hurry up and decide who's the blackened already? Time runs out when I get bored.
Fine, I get it. You're telling me to pass the torch, right?
Pass the torch?
We're going to ask the real killer, not an imposter like me, to show themselves.
You're obviously the killer, right?
If you think I am, I really don't mind. Whatever conclusion you ultimates arrive at, I will accept it, no matter what it is.
So you're telling me to call out the real killer, even though I really don't want to condemn that person, but there's no other way, right? The person who used the hallway fire door as a cover and used the portable stove to move in the dark, and snuck under the floorboards to stab Byakuya to death using the glowing paint as a mark. So the only killer I can think of is you, and only you.
You're the only one!
Teru. Could it be you?
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
Teru's the killer? Is that true?
What are you talking about? There's no way!
Of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely.
Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer?
Because the portable stove used in the murder came from the kitchen.
That's it? That's the only reason you're treating me like a killer? Isn't that a little drastic? You're cruel. Cruel. Too cruel.
Teru. That attitude is so not like you. For the ultimate cook to get so upset.
Call me chef.
If you fall to aspersions like this, who will be there to support the future of the culinary arts?
The future of the culinary arts?
That's right. For the future of the culinary arts, you must face this and fight it fair and square.
You're right. Yeah, that's totally right.
So, what's an aspersion anyway?
Did you know asbestos is yummy too? You should try some later.
Nagito, why are you interfering?
Let's assume that the killer used a light, and that they used the fire door to mask that light, and that they moved to the storage room and snuck under the floorboards. Then what? It's dark under the floorboards too. So how would they be able to stab Byakuya? You're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? The plan would have been ruined if he noticed.
That's right. What do you think about that?
There's no way you can answer, right? You personally haven't investigated what's beneath the floorboards.
If that's the case, then Gundam should know. He actually went under the floorboards.
No. Unfortunately, there was nothing related to the incident under the floorboards. The only thing I found was a strange liquid shining in the darkness, near where Byakuya's blood was dripping.
What? A shining liquid in the dark? That sounds super important!
If there was a shining mark like that, they would have been able to move to it in the dark, right?
And in doing so, it might have been possible for them to use that mark to target the victim.
The victim was targeted by a mark. What was that mark? It was the paint, right?
I can prove it with this. The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Ah, by using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark.
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person. They just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment someone grabbed a hold of the knife.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for stabbing. I see. That's why Byakuya got killed when he took the knife.
But if they were able to do that, wouldn't that mean the killer knew about Nagito's plan all along?
Well, Teru!
Seriously? I don't know anything. Really, I don't know anything at all.
Then can I ask everyone a question instead?
You again? Just stop already!
Now. We should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he went to the storage room during the blackout. And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know?
You guys? Where are you?
She heard Teru's voice in the dining hall?
Doesn't that prove Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout?
That's right! That's exactly it!
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen, so I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway was dark too, but somehow I managed to move along the wall toward everyone's voices.
Well, it's not that far to move along the wall from the kitchen to the dining hall.
That sounds fishy.
If I remember correctly, you can tell when a person is lying by licking their sweat. So, if you want, you should try licking me.
No way! You look greasy. But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall. Ibuki swears on her honor.
That's right. Teru was in the dining hall, not the storage room. Which means he's not the killer.
No, that's not it. Why? Why do you want to keep falsely accusing me? It's not like I want to blame you. I just...
You should be so proud of yourself, Hajime. You're just progressing toward the hope you believe in. Now, Hajime, show me more of your hope. Will that be enough to crush Teru's hope?
This one's pretty obvious too.
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room during the blackout?
There's no way I went to the storage room. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face.
Maybe it was recording or something?
Nope, definitely a live voice.
Right, as long as I have her testimony. The fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed. I'll shoot through that contradiction. Just because we heard Teru's voice in the dining hall doesn't mean he was literally in the dining hall. Huh? Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall. But...
You see. So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall.
Is that true, Teru?
Hold on a second.
Can you explain this, Teru?
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Where are you from again?
I was born in West Azabu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar! If Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, he should have been there after the power returned, right?
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was. I was there the whole damn time.
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are at stake.
Damn right. You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories.
His accent is getting even worse. He's definitely lying.
However, I am not sure. I believe that he was there, and I believe that he was not there.
Oh, is there any way we can decide?
Why don't we consult his memories?
His memories?
Gosh, yeah, don't be saying things like that. Don't make no sense. Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall? Probably can. Oh, you again.
Whether or not Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, in order to know for sure, I just need to throw that question at him.
I can prove it with this. If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back, then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right?
Well, what?
Mr. Pervert? Nah.
Don't make me remember. It's so embarrassing.
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that.
Huh?
It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so
That's weird. Just slipped from my mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
Even so. Nagito, say something!
I guess you might have to give up now.
Wait, give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know. It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito, what are you doing? Why are you messing with the killer like that? Hold on a sec. Don't go moving this along on your own like I really am the killer.
Huh? But it's already decided, right?
The murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet, Chef?
It's no use. I can't understand him anymore. It appears he's saying the murder weapon hasn't been cleared up yet.
You understand him?
But it's such a sad defense. This is too cruel.
Oh, you calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Come on, Monumi! Enough with the whimpering and translate!
He said, if you're calling me the killer, then where's the weapon?
Weapon, huh? It's not the knife, right?
Judging from Byakuya's wounds, it was a thin-edged tool that's roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
Also, if they stabbed from under the floorboards, the weapon would need to be at least 50 centimeters in length.
After all this, who cares about the weapon?
Not good enough! Not good enough at all!
You said, not good enough. Not good enough at all. Fine, I got it. Let's try thinking about what the weapon was.
Wanna do it?
He said, try to do it.
What a confusing accent.
Anyways, we need to focus and think about this. A thin-edged tool with a diameter of 50 millimeters and at least 50 centimeters of length. The weapon that meets these requirements might have been used at the crime scene. Huh? What's that? Oh, here we go. Nope, okay. Irish? I don't know. Oh, iron. Oops. Ah, I keep hitting the wrong button. Skewer. Oh, okay. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's Skewer. You were right. Where is the R's? And I killed myself, even though I knew the last letter. I hate this Hangman Gambit.
This is... We will never give up!
Oh my god. Thank you. Where's the E? I need the E's. Oh, thank God.
I got it! That's it! The weapon must be the iron skewer!
Huh? The iron skewer?
Before the party, as Byakuya was confiscating all the dangerous items, he spoke to Teru Teru.
I checked the equipment list, and there seems to be one iron skewer missing. That's right. As far as I know, that's been missing from the start.
So that missing iron skewer is the weapon?
An iron skewer would match up with the wounds perfectly. Hey, Teru Teru, where'd you hide the iron skewer?
Avril Lavigne!
Avril Lavigne? Huh? Did he really just say that?
He's just saying random shit to fuck with us. You probably dumped it somewhere on the island, didn't you?
This school trip has a no littering rule. If he had violated it, the island sirens would be ringing non-stop.
Island sirens? Just for littering?
Also, I was on guard duty, and I never once saw Teru Teru leave the old building.
Which means he obviously hid it somewhere in the old building.
It's probably the kitchen again, right?
Teru Teru, just man up and be straight with us.
Oh. 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 Whoa!
Finally, we are nearing the end. A cornered opponent will be surrounded by a soul shield. Oh, tutorial. Never mind.
He said, oh, what the hell are you even saying, you stupid country hick?
I guess we have no choice but to somehow find out for ourselves.
If the iron skewer is the weapon, then hiding it in the kitchen would be the easiest way to slip it in. But Byakuya and I checked the kitchen pretty thoroughly before the party started. Which means, was the weapon already hidden somewhere we couldn't find it? Could it have been in an unexpected place? Where would it have been? Where did he hide a long weapon like an iron skewer? Think carefully.
He said, I'm not hiding anything.
I'm hiding anything! I'm not hiding anything!
I must reveal to Teru Teru the conclusive evidence that proves he's the killer.
Shut
That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know!
No.
There is Hilton!
Why is it not shooting the bullets or whatever?
That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know! There is Hilton! Unforgivable! Shut up!
I'm still not sure how that
Where would the
works.
weapon
Bone on me. My bad.
Where would the weapon be? This is the end. Could the iron skewer have been hidden inside the piece of meat on the bone? What are you saying? There's no way I'd hide anything in a place like that.
That's clearly impossible. I mean, that's inside the food.
Impossible. That's what Byakuya and I thought. That's why we overlooked it.
It seems there are no dangerous items like the skewer in the Cheerios Coast area inside the pile of food. That appears to be the case. Phew, I wouldn't have known what to do if you said fish bones and meat bones are also dangerous.
But in fact, the only place you could hide the weapon was inside the food that couldn't be inspected. Out of all the dishes you prepared, the only one that could hide a weapon as long as an iron skewer is the meat on the bone.
What now?
I'm using my right to remain silent.
There's no way that exists here.
We need to confirm this now! So if we eat that tasty-looking piece of meat and find the iron skewer inside, bullseye!
All right. Monokuma or Monami, one of you hurry and bring over that piece of meat.
1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll eat the whole thing!
Wait, now hold on a second. Time out.
What are you doing? Hurry up and bring it over.
About that.
Huh? Where did Monokuma go? I'm right here! I'm already eating it! A bear that eats meat! Wait, now that I think about it, that's pretty normal. Oh, what is this? So yummy! Damn it! That's my meat! I've never eaten anything like it in my entire life! The taste brings me back to my days in the wild.
This is bad. Seriously, this is really bad.
My. There's something inside the meat. Look what came out.
Isn't that?
Is that an iron skewer?
Check it out. The handle looks like it's made of bone. Pretty clever.
The sword of destruction, encased in bone and sheathed in meat. It brought catastrophe unto Byakuya.
As expected of Teru Teru. Such a fantastic weapon from the ultimate chef.
You're wrong. I'm not the killer. I'm not the kind of person who would kill someone. I got it. You all set me up. You guys set me up so you could blame this on me.
Jeez, what a disappointment. Such an unseemly defense for an ultimate like you. Can you really call that hope?
Hey, Nagito. I'm sorry, but can you just be quiet?
He said, "You're all nothing but a bunch of poor, loudmouth, fast food eating hicks."
You don't need to translate anymore. Somehow I can tell what he's trying to say.
Let's just deal with Naito later. More importantly, we should first...
I guess we need to settle this. Once and for all. To do that, we need to go over the entire incident from beginning to end and make everything clear.
Go over the entire incident, and then I can prove Teruteru's crime. That's right. If we don't do that, we can't end this no matter how much time passes.
So, we need to do it.
Okay. Hopefully this hasn't changed. Give me a hint. Everyone is at the party, question mark. Oh. At the storage room before the blackout. Same scene, the office room and dining room. At the office room when the blackout occurred. Who did Byakuya see? Yeah. The moment it got dark, Byakuya, he used his night goggles. The killer tamed a light source. What did the killer do after the... Okay. Air conditioners turned on. Okay, that has to be back here somewhere. Yeah, it should have been here, right? But what? Whatever. Keep looking. Yeah, it should have been, right? I'll try it again. Oh, it did work. Maybe I didn't try it then. What did the killer do after exiting the dark room? Let's see. Oh, wait. Glowing in the dark. Irons turned on. Got the sheet hidden in the meat.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's try going over the whole incident, beginning with right after the party started. Byakuya had us gather in the dining hall of the old building near the hotel. He was extra cautious about a murder occurring that night because of a threatening letter he received. Therefore, he decided to throw a party so he could monitor us. Though one person didn't come, the rest of us assembled at the dining hall, and the party was underway. But at that time, the trap set by a certain someone was already in motion. They plugged 3 irons into the outlets in the storage room, which nearly capped the power usage. Additionally, they prepared something else that would activate at 11:30 p.m. The air conditioners in the office and dining hall. They had already set the timers for these. Thanks to the irons maxing out the power usage, the breaker was tripped when the air conditioners kicked on. Since the windows in the old building were covered, the blackout plunged the dining hall into total darkness. But when that happened, Byakuya took out a specific item that he brought in his case. That item was the night vision goggles. Byakuya was so concerned about a murder occurring that he brought a variety of security equipment with him. When he put on his night vision goggles, Byakuya witnessed a certain someone making a suspicious move. He saw Nagito guiding himself with the desk lamp's power cord so he could get under the table. That's right, everything up to that point was all part of Nagito's plan. The murder warning to Byakuya, the source of the blackout, it was all Nagito. While the blackout was happening, someone else, the real killer, began making their move in the kitchen. The killer probably already knew about Nagito's plan, so they knew a blackout was coming. That's why the killer prepared all the items they would need to commit their crime in the dark beforehand. They needed a light source, which was provided by the portable stove in the kitchen. They needed a weapon, too. This had also been hidden in the kitchen beforehand. The long iron skewer used in the churrasco dish. The killer hid that inside that meat with the bone in it. With the weapon and portable stove in hand, the killer stepped out into the hallway. First, they closed the fire door in the hallway so their light source wouldn't peek toward the dining hall. Then, guided by the light, the killer headed toward the storage room and grabbed a specific item. That's right, a tablecloth to block the blood splatter. With this, the killer finished their preparations and snuck under the floorboards through the secret passage. They probably turned off the portable cooking stove at that point, or left it near the entrance of the door. The floor in the dining hall is full of gaps, so there's no way they could have safely held a light source. But thanks to the glowing mark they painted earlier, the killer was able to get beneath the table. Under the table, Byakuya found the knife that had been hidden there. If only he had retreated, he probably wouldn't have gotten killed. But he had to retrieve that knife, and at that moment, the killer lurking beneath the floorboard stabbed straight up with the iron skewer. The killer had been waiting in the dark for the moment when the glowing paint began to move. After they murdered Byakuya, the killer purposefully shouted from beneath the floorboards to make it seem like they were still in the dining hall. Afterward, they came out from underneath the floorboards and rushed back to the kitchen.
And then, after hiding the murder weapon in the kitchen, they rejoined the group as if nothing had happened. There's only one person who would have been able to commit this crime, especially if that person is someone who'd think of an unexpected way to hide a weapon inside food. Isn't that right, Teru Hanamura? That's what happened. How about it? Did I get anything wrong? This is a mistake. A mistake, I tell you. I would never kill anyone. Would never.
It seems.
Yeah, he was.
This is the end.
He was. No, only a B. Lame.
It looks like your argument has come to a close. Whoops! I lost control of my wild side for a second. Was that a side effect of the meat I just ate? Well, putting that aside, let's move along to the nerve-wracking voting time! Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Oh, just a reminder, make triple sure you vote for someone. If you don't vote, I'm gonna eat you up just like that meat from earlier.
Why did this happen?
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
I'm actually gonna end it here.
Correct.
I gotta go. Just wanted to finish the trial, so success. So have a good night and peace out, guys. Thank you. I appreciated your help as well.